Hello everyone and welcome to a tutorial of the classes of Gears of War 5. I'm going to start with demolition. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the cards, we're going to go through the weapons and the possible playstyles that you can go through as with the demolition. The demolition says here, raining death from above, the demolition's class strikes down priority targets with powerful explosive weaponry. His ultimate ability is the artillery strike, drops 5 artillery rounds into each enemy you have marked. Passive ability, marks up to 5 targets and marks last twice as long. Now that never used to be his ability, his passive ability. It used to be something else. So what they've done is they've given you the ability to mark multiple people and hit artillery on each of them for each of your ultimates. He carries the Lancer. He used to carry the Lancer GL, but they changed that because they nerfed it to the regular Lancer and the boom shot and the regular pistol. No grenades. So we're going to go into his cards now. Skill unlocks level 2 to 6. You've got Officer's Prerogative. Artillery fires 6 additional rounds. That's very good. Demolition skill Lancer GL Mastery. Less recoil. 95% less recoil and 13% increased headshot damage. Yeah. Only helps if you're hitting their heads. Inspired. 32% damage resistance near veteran class. Now, I'm sure that used to be called Daddy's Boy. Demolition skill, concussive strike, artillery stuns enemies for 10 seconds. Pretty much, there's some cards that you will be using and some that you won't. 220% larger active reload bar. You won't need that. If you're good at the game, you won't need that. Level 7, Custom Lancer GL, 60% increased damage and effects and active effects. You'll probably want that if you like to shoot things more. If you're comfortable not using it after a while, but we'll get into that. Demolition skill, good kill. 100% of kills near allies drop an ammo pouch. That is a thing. However, if you can utilize weapon lockers more, you won't need to use that card at all. Well, what's the best place to use that in? Maybe escape, but that's a different video. Custom boom shot, 60% increased damage and active effects. That's a no-brainer. Artillery drops 7 rounds on allied marked targets. That is incredibly useful if you've got players that know you have it and are good at marking things. If you don't have either of those, you're going to want to change your card. Grenade satchel, grenade capacity increased by 6. Most of the time, I would suggest not using that. However, it is a good card. This is your granddaddy. This is your big one. Explosive hits cause bleeding for 30% of damage. Now, when you upgrade your cards, these numbers all change. This will give you extra additional damage after your explosive damage. And it'll give a percentage of what the damage is. So it'll get 30% of your original explosive damage, and then it'll be 30% of that, 30%, and then 30% of that, and then 30% of that, and then it drops down. Team score increased by 12. We're not going to bother with that. Demolition skill confirmed kill. Kills with artillery recharge artillery by 23 seconds. This, if you want to use your artillery every other wave or every wave, and you're wanting to just rain down hell, this is a card that you're going to want to put on. Level 18, plant 4 extra grenade traps. Once again, these grenade cards don't suit this player. The explosive damage side of it does, but the running around in the open, planting grenades, throwing grenades, it doesn't suit this character. This character is a glorified marksman with explosions rather than headshots. Demolition skill, bullet boost, explosive or bleed kills give 40% ballistic damage for 15 seconds. I'm a bit 50-50 on this card. But we'll go into it when we look at the main cards page. And then you've got your level 20, your unnecessary skin for your Lancer GL, which, you know, won't actually boost your gameplay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the cards and what they work well with. And we're going to go through my preferred choice. And then we might go through an optional choice if you don't want to play like that. And then you can see how you want to go. So I would go Razor Hail. Additional drops. You always want that extra damage on your artillery. Custom Boom Shot. Because when you've got more damage on your Boom Shot and you hit a shielded enemy with a Bastion on it, the Bastion will blow up. So that's good. You're going to want to have cards that either really boost the way you play positively or hide your negatives. So if you're feeling like you're getting a lot of damage or you're going down quite a lot, or you're not really getting many kills with certain weapons, change it around. That's what these cards are for. They're to level out the playing field or to really amp up what you're already doing. Additional 5 other rounds. Hang on, have I got the cards mixed up? I have got the cards mixed up. That is one of those optional cards. If you're playing with a friend, definitely put that on. If you're not, don't bother. So here we've got to the point. These got sorted around. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Here we've got to the point where I've got the cards I want. Confirmed Kill. Boost your ultimate. Boost your ultimate reload. Razor Hail does your damage on your ultimate and your explosive weapons. Custom Boom Shot covers your shielded enemies with the Bastion, deals more bleeding damage. Officer's Prerogative. Artillery fires 6 additional rounds during your artillery. This is the point where you go, do I want to have faith that my teammate will have the gumption to mark enemies for me? Or do I go grenades and go for the grenade capacity and have more grenades? But you would have to keep picking up ammo boxes, which isn't polite. Or do you keep buying your ammo, buying your grenades? Or do you just want the ability to have 6 grenades that all have bleeding damage on it? That could also be useful. Or do you go, I'd rather have 60% extra custom Lancer GL damage? This is where you want to go. When I play Demolition, there's also this card. So you do an explosive or bleed kill, and you get extra damage. So you throw a grenade, you kill somebody. Doesn't even have to be somebody big. It can be a juvie or something like that. And you switch to your Lancer GL or your Lancer at this point, and you just shoot for the next 15 seconds or 10 seconds, depending on how quickly you change your weapon and reload or whatever. Is that something you want to do? Or would you rather just have 60% extra damage boost straight away? That's a tough one. I would usually do that. This is what I would usually go for. I'll go into the main card thing here so it's easier to see. This is what I would usually go for. Confirmed Kill, Razor Hail, Custom Boom Shot, Custom Lancer GL, Officer's Prerogative. Now what that does is it gives you a really meaty ultimate that you can use. It gives you a fast reload of your ultimate as well. It gives you extra damage on both your weapons that you're going to be carrying, because you're going to want to switch to the Lancer GL because that has explosive grenade rounds in it as well that you can use, and also your Boom Shot. I'd probably recommend doing it that way. Or you can do it another way, and I'll show you that. So this is a different way that you can play it. It's not focused on your ultimate at all, which is a shame because the ultimates rip through the bosses really easily or significantly, especially when they've got like more health on. You really want an artillery drop. But if you're if you're wanting to play it with lots of explosions, but you're not necessarily worried about the big meaty explosion from your ultimate, then you've got this way of doing it, which is extra grenades, extra grenade traps. If you want to do a lot of spawn killing, you can do that. I don't agree with that. You've got your bleeding damage for your grenades. You've got your extra explosive boom shot. And since you're doing so much damage with your grenades all the time, so because you've got so many, you can grenade throw, grenade shoot, grenade shoot, grenade shoot, ultimate, boom shot shoot, boom shot shoot, boom shot shoot. So you're constantly boosting your 40%. Or once you've upgraded it to higher amounts on the right hand side here, I can't move the card. There we go. Each explosive bleed kill 40%, then it goes to 45, and then it'll go to 50. Now you do get in-game options as well. So I'm going to go into the game and we'll have a look at those as well. Oh, I'm over here now. Hey. Bottom right hand corner, you've got the direction pad options for your upgrades in game. Your first one at the top is feedback boost. That will decide how long it takes for you to upgrade your, or to collect enough ultimate. So feedback boost depends on how much damage you do. So if you've got really high damage and you boost up your feedback boost as well, you'll get your ultimate very quickly. A lot of people on a really crazy wave can get their ultimate a good couple of times if they play well and they know what if they shoot the big guys. Then you've got ammo reload. Now this is important. This is only bullets. This is not explosive ammo. You will need a weapons locker for the explosive ammo or an ammo box. I know. Your next one, which is the downward facing option, is damage. I can't see there if it's assault rifle damage or just damage. I'm inclined to think it's just assault rifle damage. But if it's extra damage, it's extra damage on your boom shot. Excellent. And then the last one is critical hit damage. Now that will help your headshots or your critical areas on your bosses, your glowy parts, that sort of thing. You'll do extra damage that way. You'll also do extra damage if you hit them with an explosive. The ones I would do first is ammo reload, because I would suggest getting that up to about 4 or 5 at first, because if you're playing a game and it's multiple people, like 5 people, chances are you're not going to be able to get an ammo box when you want it. So if you've got that ability first, use that first. Now you'll see there's no health boosts there, which leans into the fact that, or leans into my point, that you're not going to be running around like crazy. You're brittle. You're only little. You're like a mechanic. You don't have any health boosts. So you've got to be wary of that. So you're not going to be able to run out and get ammo boxes or anything either. So it's probably best that you just get the ammo reload or get a weapons locker, because you're going to be in the back anyway. Extra damage, that'll go on next. And then once you get past about wave 10 or something like that, start worrying about your feedback boost. Because you're going to want to get that more and more. You're going to want to use it in wave your 5s, your boss waves at 10s, your 7s and 9s. 9 you'll be able to use it early and then recoup it for the boss wave as well, if you've got everything maxed out. But yeah, that's the demolitions. I hope it's been a help of some sorts. And I hope you have a little bit more of an understanding about the character. I hope this helps. I've been GTruth84 and I will see you in a bit.